Casey?
All right, thanks, Mike. All right, 3 weeks and 1 day before the election.
Yep.
And
We'll avoid that today, though.
Steve Puden, our financial analyst, has some more reliable figures for us on the economy.
Well, I think when you look at what I call bellwether companies issuing their reports, it gives you a broad sense of how the economy is doing versus various little reports that are issued by either side. So take, for example, a large multinational company, Caterpillar. Okay. They make, they're the world's largest manufacturer of excavators, tractors, big construction equipment. And the reason I bring up Caterpillar is there were, again, a bellwether company where they came out today and they said they're seeing an economic slowdown all over the world. They sell products in over 200 countries. So to hear the CEO come out and say, we're not seeing a recession per se, but we're seeing the orders drop off, we're seeing the need for our equipment drop off, it's a pretty indicative statement about how the world economy is going. So I'll look at a company like Caterpillar, I'll look at some of the big rail companies, big international shippers, because Caterpillar doesn't really have too many competitors, but what they do is they could see their sales go up and down, not because a competitor is taking business, they see their sales go up and down because the economy is slow. So it's a pretty good indicator of how the world economy is performing.
Well, and a business like Caterpillar, though, it's not really seasonal because it is world, right?
That's right.
I mean, over in the southern belts, Australia, for example, they could be just starting construction.
That's right.
It's leveling out.
Right. So you can use Caterpillar as an example. Whether or not you buy the stock is another story.
Right.
But you read their conference call transcripts, and you can hear the CEO say, over in China, this is happening. Over in Europe, this is happening. In the United States, this is happening. And they're a pretty good indicator because, again, all big construction really starts with Caterpillar.
Okay, there's one. Any other bellwethers you're worried about?
We were just hearing it, FedEx a couple of weeks ago saying that they've seen a decrease in the shipping of packages. And again, they only have one real competitor, but the big competition for FedEx is the economy. How many people go online and order items and have them shipped? There's really only two players. So how both those companies will go will tell you how the online ordering is going.
We'll talk about FedEx in a few blocks from now.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. India is getting Starbucks.
Yeah, and again, another large-scale motivation or theme that I talk about is international investing. Just last week, the first Starbucks in India opened. Now, there's over 1 billion people in India, and it just goes to show that a lot of American companies are seeing their growth not stay here, but they're going overseas. So if we start trying to tinker with international situations, again, let's let the economy and the market work.
Okay, you have a new term. We've got to do this quickly called Christmas creep, but it's not Uncle Harry showing up.
No, well, maybe it is, but not from what I'm talking. I don't have an Uncle Harry. But you see, earlier and earlier, just this morning, I was in a supermarket, and you're seeing Christmas items being put out.
Yeah.
So they're calling it Christmas creep because we're 2 months away from Christmas, but you're beginning to see sales, and you're beginning to see the items get merchandised out just as Halloween is coming. So as soon as Halloween's over, we're going to start seeing more Christmas items. And usually that happened around Thanksgiving. Now we're seeing it earlier. So if you see reports that Christmas sales are off to a strong start, we just have to keep an eye on it to make sure that the person spending money today may not be spending money closer to Christmas. Maybe they'll be spending a little bit more. So we'll talk about Christmas creep as the season goes on.
All right, Steve. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
And we'll be right back.